The guy that many of you know from the Lakeland Regional Airport has done more for that airport than anybody in the history of Polk County. Originally from the state of Wisconsin, and we won't get into the Packers details stuff right now, but come in, turned that airport around, and has just made an unbelievable difference. I just can't say enough about him, but he understands the importance of relationships, and we've had a lot of successes over the years together, and we've had some stuff I think we are really looking forward to in the future. But more about Sun and Fun 2023. What's happening, Gene? I know you've got the Blue Angels coming back, that's my favorite jet team. They're I can't say that they're better than any of the others. They're just my favorite. So anyway.
Well, I will tell you a lot of, when we look at the numbers and how many people attend the event during the years, our events with the Blue Angels are usually the highest attended. So maybe it's because they have two engines versus one with the Thunderbirds, but who knows. But first of all, thanks for having me today. Appreciate it. And I will say that you guys make it super easy for folks to come in here and join you with your banter back and forth, so you lighten the mood, so I appreciate that. Also, it's Lakeland International Airport, Mark. And then also 1975 was our first fly-in here in Lakeland, Florida, in Polk County. And so this year we're celebrating our 49th annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. And next year will be our 50th. So a lot of the things we're doing this year and changes that we're making to the site in anticipation for our guests arriving here in 11 days, are for, getting ready for our 50th next year, April 9th through the 14th.
So tell us about some of those changes that you've made this year for the folks coming.
Well, so like Mark was saying, I spent 12 years as the airport director at Lakeland International Airport, and so I had the opportunity to watch the event over 12 years. And I always said, if I was in that seat, these are the things that I would do. Well, now I'm in that seat, and talk's cheap, and we have to be able to execute. But spent last year, I've been there for a little over a year now, but spent last year during the event. Just going around and talking to our 500 plus exhibitors and vendors, and talking to our guests and our fly-in guests and our campers, and watching parking and all the logistics that go on, for the event, because we're flying in thousands of aircraft. We have thousands of campers coming in. We have thousands of cars all coming in and descending on us. And we spend a lot of time because we want to make sure our guests and our visitors are having the best customer experience possible. So with that, one of the big things is parking, especially for our friends here in Polk County and in the region. So we hired a consultant to help us even evaluate our parking and how we've been handling that. So we're going to change up a bunch of things. So they'll be on board with us during the entire event. And then also we have prepaid online parking this year. So instead of exchanging cash, which takes time, and then people start asking questions and slows down the process, we have prepaid online parking. We have scanners. We have the technology, so you come in just like any other larger event and get you in as quickly as possible. New ticketing system, so our ticket sales right now are double what they were this time last year. So does that mean we're going to have record crowds? Can't tell you at this point, but we've just made it as easy as possible, again, for our customers to find what it is they're looking for, whether it's just general admission tickets or upgrades. And also a big thing this year for all of our guests is we have improved significantly. We've put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the ground out there to improve our Wi-Fi. So we've got 30,000 linear feet of Cat 6 cable, whatever that means, and conduit all over the place, and antenna. So when you come out to the event, you'll be able to see that. But we need to be able for folks to be able to communicate, whether it's on social media, but also all of our exhibitors and vendors to be able to transact business.
Yeah, well, it is a hotbed for business. I mean, there's literally millions of dollars that are not in cash, but that exchange hands throughout this. I mean, it's a business, it's a aviation business exchange, if you will. And Gene, I have to say, and I was talking to Chris Keprios, the director of Visit Central Florida, about this. I think there's more. I don't think there have been more changes, positive changes, this year than in all the years that I've been around Sun and Fun. And I believe I was at the second Sun and Fun, which would have been 77. But any single year, there haven't been as many changes as I'm seeing now. It is a family-friendly event. it's fun, it's educational. If your kids are interested in aviation, this is the place to go. It is a phenomenal experience for people. My youngest son went through the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, which is part of your operation now, in the Air Force. But it is such a large event that's part of a larger operation. I mean, you're year-round with your events. You also have the school, which is, I think, is one of its only kind in the entire state of Florida, maybe the country. But tell us a little bit more about what's coming up in terms of other events, car shows. I mean, you guys are just nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously we're known for the Son of Fun Aerospace Expo, and that's how we got started. But our year-round events, because we have a 177-acre campus, and we have large assets out there as far as exhibit buildings, lots of pavement, lots of acreage for us to do various things. So we just got through, we had Carlisle car events out there. We had the dog show out there, so we have people coming from all over the country with their nice looking pets, and they take care of them, and that's quite the attended event actually. Gun shows out there, various motocross, different things like that. But all of those events help us maintain the facility, generate revenues, because we're not for profit, we're a 501c3, but help us maintain the facilities and upgrade them, continuously upgrade them for what we do on a year-round basis, but especially during Sun and Fun. But those monies, everything that we're generating, whether it's off of Sun and Fun and off of all of our year-round events, are all going back, the net proceeds are going back into all of our educational programs. So whether it's the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, our scholarship program, our pilot certificates, which we've given out over $3 million over the last decade and created 161 certificated pilots. The Lakeland Aero Club, which are our high school flying club, where they're taxiing out on grass and flying Piper Cubs off a grass strip. Which is awesome. We have Elevate, which is our new aerospace and logistics incubator, and then also Skylab Innovation Center, which we completed almost 2 years ago now. It's attached to the Florida Air Museum, and Skylab is special because next school year, for every 5th grader in Polk County Public Schools will come through our facility next year in partnership, which is very cool, with all the airports. So Lakeland International, Bartow Executive, Winter Haven Regional Airport, and also Lake Wales, they're all contributing and generated $85,000 amongst them to put every 5th grader through our program out there. So it's just remarkable, and we're just very fortunate here in this county.
Well,
That's twice now. So let's talk about the importance of aerospace as far as an industry for Polk County for the future. You folks have stressed that with the school, and this is the high-paying future jobs that we can generate here. So
yeah, I mean, when you look at aviation, I mean, generally the majority of the jobs in aerospace or aviation are high-skill, high-wage positions, right? And if you just look at Polk County and you look at the 4 airports that are here, back when I got here in January of 2010, the 4 airports, the total economic impact is probably around $300 million for the 4 airports. Every 4 years, the state of Florida Department of Transportation does an economic impact study for all the airports. So, but our 4, going from about $300 million back in 2010, this last year that they just completed at the end of 2022, it's now $1.9 billion. Wow. That our 4 airports are generating for our county on an annual basis. So you can see what that's doing. But with that, how do you get there? Well, all the airports are investing. We've got great partners in the state of Florida and with also the FAA that are investing in all of these airports. And with that investment that they're also making, the airports are also making, you've got job creation at Lakeland, because I was closer to that, right? You had 800 jobs at the airport in 2010, and now there's over 3,000 jobs of people that are going there every day to that airport to go to work. So aviation is critically important to this county. And what's also happened with all the hard work that all the agencies and all the partners that we have and everybody here in Polk County that's all pushing in the same direction, you have the Central Florida Aerospace Academy in Lakeland, which is special, but you also now have it in Winter Haven at Gilbert Airport, at Winter Haven Regional Airport, and working with Polk County Public Schools, their new facility and their portables, which we hope they have a real brick and mortar building in the future, which we're also working on, but their portables, they have over 150 kids in there right now, because when you look at the county, as we all know, the 4th largest county in the country, in the state, The majority of our people here in the county live on the east side, and we need to be able to service those folks and provide those opportunities to those families and those kids. So we're all doing, and you know, kudos to everybody that partners with us to get all of that done.
Let's jump back to the future for a second, and for our viewers that want to attend this year, so many things that are new, different. The ingress, egress is going to be smoother, faster once you get in. Wi-Fi enhanced, and so many new things, Gene. You've got to go somewhere to find information about this year's fly-in. And I know you've enhanced your website and so on. Tell us about that and how people can get more information.
Yeah, so you can go to our website at flysnf.org. All the information you're going to need is there. I would also encourage folks to follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well, because I will tell you, I don't post very much myself personally, but I do watch all of our social media platforms, and I respond to a lot of the comments because I want to make sure questions are being answered, or I'll direct them to the right folks so we can get their questions answered, because we just want people to come in, have a good time. Let us worry about the hard stuff, and you just come in and have a great time. And you know, we're looking for a great year this year with the Blue Angels and all the military aircraft that are coming, but home built and vintage and warbirds and seaplanes and rotorcraft and light sport. I mean, we've got it all during the event. But hey, even if you don't know anything about aviation, it's a great family fun event. And so we encourage everybody to come out.
Yeah, nothing like an air show, I can tell you that. It's so exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I always do. And get yourself there early, get a good seat, and enjoy the air show, which normally starts at what time?
The air show daily starts at 1:30 and runs till about 5 o'clock.
Okay, just a little inside, you only get on this show. The Blues are going to fly towards the end of that window.
At 4 o'clock. The Blues fly at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, there you have it, everybody, God willing, and we have great weather. It is going to be a record-setting event this year. We're looking forward. Gene, thanks so much for joining us and providing all that great info. I mean, that's just phenomenal. In the aviation industry here in Polk County, I don't think there's any in the state of Florida, maybe in the country, that has as well-rounded of a program as we do right here in Polk County at the Lakeland Linder International Airport. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. If you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.